let's move on to our battle number 7. Um,
Whoop.
our first team for battle number 7 being the Serperior starter, led by Sox playing for Dementia UK, currently in 13th at 0-1. Um, the Mega Pokemon of the team being the Mega Swampert at 1-1. For OU, we have the Corviknight at 0-1 and the Tyranitar at 2-1. For UU, we have the Scolipede and the Blastoise. For RU, we have the Hisuian Gudra, the Snorlax, and the Gallade, who is at 0-1. For NU, we have Flygon, Dragalge, and Charizard. And for PU, we have the Electros and Aggron, each at 0-1, and the Luxray and the Turtonator. And their opponents for this week, the ever terrifying
Eternal Ninetales. Eternal Ninetales is in first place at 1-0. They are scary. His team is representing American Civil Liberties Union, with their Mega being the Aerodactyl at 2-0. Their OU tier is Ursaluna and Clefable. The UU tier, Infernape and Sinistcha. RU tier is going to be Noivern, Vaporeon, who he also stole right out from under me, and Roserade at 3-0. The NU tier is going to be Bronzong at 1-0, Torterra and Basculegion, male. PU tier is going to be Rotom Frost, Zoroark, Meowstic, and Vikavolt.
Terrifying team.
Terrifying team.
The starting lineups for these two teams. For the Superior Shard, we have the Mega Swampert, the Electros, the Aggron, the Gallade, Tyranitar, and Hisuian Gudra. I'm realizing that 5 of these Pokemon can Mega Evolve. But of course, just one of them is the Mega. But like, that's 5 potential Mega. Well, not potential Megas, but 5 Pokemon that do have Mega Evolutions. And for the Eternal Ninetales, we have the Sinistcha, the Clefable, the Infernape, the Noivern, the Ursaluna, and the Vaporeon. I forgot to put chat back there. Okay, let's pause the Spotify and get into our battle. Battle number 7 for week 2.
Let's go.
The Superior starter is going to lead with the Electros, with the Eternal Ninetales, then leading with the Ursaluna. Bear attack! Terrifying. The switch from the Electros into the Swampert, with the Sword Dance being used by the Ursaluna, and the burn, the Flame Orb is going to activate the Guts ability, but the switch immediately into the, oh, I hate that name, into the Sinistcha. The Aqua Tail is going to crit and do some good damage there. And the Shadow Ball is going to do a little bit of chip damage to the Swampert. And the Darkest Lariat, but the Cobra Berry is going to weaken the hit. But the Strain Sap, that's so annoying. Strain Sap is going to bring the Sinistcha back to full HP. Another Darkest Lariat hitting it for some good damage there. But the Sinistcha switches back into the Ursaluna with the swap from the Swampert into the Aggron. Burn doing a little bit of chip damage to the Ursaluna. But the Facade going to do a little bit of damage there to the Aggron. The Aggron's going to go for the Crunch, do some little bit of chip damage, and lower the defense of the Ursaluna. The Headlong Rush, though, is going to take down the Aggron, lowering its defense and special defense. The Mega Swampert is going to come back out, and the swap from the Ursaluna back into the Sinistcha to take a... I can't remember these moves. The Strain Sap, though, is going to take down... I'm sorry, Chad, I'm struggling.
Okay,
Sinistcha goes into I'm Just a Fish, the Vaporeon, with the Darkest Lariat, critting and doing a lot of damage to the Vaporeon. We're gonna get back on track here.
My Vaporeon, no!
The Body Slam's gonna do a little bit of damage and paralyze the Vaporeon, with the Vaporeon getting fully parried that turn. And the Earthquake is going to be used, doing a little bit more damage to the Vaporeon, having it live on 3% HP, but the Wish is going to come through. Is it going to be able to protect? It doesn't even protect. It goes into the Ursaluna. The Body Slam hitting the Ursaluna for a little bit, but the Wish is going to come in and bring the Ursaluna back to almost full HP. Ursaluna swaps back into the not the Darkest Area, why did I say that? Into the Sinistcha with the Aqua Tail hitting it. And the Moksha is going to take down the Swampert. The Tyranitar then comes in, setting up the Sandstorm, with the swap from the Sinistcha into the Vaporeon. The Vaporeon taking the Fire Fang, but the Fire Fang is going to be enough to take down the Vaporeon. Infernape then comes in. It's Goku! Going for the close combat, taking down the Tyranitar in just one hit. That quad effective move go crazy.
Wild.
The Hisuian Goodra then comes in. The swap from the Infernape back into the Ursaluna, with the Goodra going for a Surf, doing some really good damage to that Ursaluna there.
Ooh. Ooh.
Well, the Headlong Launch is going to outspeed and take down the Goodra right back. Just 2 Pokemon left on the side of the Serperior starter. Ursaluna, though, very low on HP. Gallade then comes in. And the swap into the Clefable. The smiley face, I love it. The Energy Ball hitting the Clefable for a little bit of damage there. Both teams receiving Sandstorm chip damage. The Psycho Cut can do a lot of damage to the Clefable, but not quite knock it out, with the Clefable going for a Soft Boiled.
Get that Clefable out of here.
Another Psycho Cut hitting the Clefable for a little bit more damage there. And the Moonblast taking down the Gallade with just the Electros left.
No.
The switch into the Noivern from... Well, I don't know what Pokemon was out, but the Paralysis coming through from the Thunder Wave into the Noivern. With a Super Fang taking down half the Electros' HP, and the Discharge to do some pretty good damage to Noivern. Then Noivern switches out into the Sinistcha with the Discharge. This is going to be a resisted hit. By the way, here Douglas barking. The Moksha, though, is going to do some more damage to the Electros, but not quite take it down. And the Signal Beam going to do some damage there. A little bit of chip damage, but the Moksha is going to outspeed and take down the Electros.
Dang, good fight, good fight.
Good games to both of you. I'm sorry that I lost my train of thought a lot of times. Good games to both of you.